This video is supported by TBC Live. TBC Live is an app where you can tip NRL games as well as predict NRL games as they're happening live. You can chat with other people and content creators of rugby league. There is weekly IQ and ranked leaderboards as well as tipping competition. TBC Live has it all. Download TBC Live today. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my NRL 2025 Supercoach team reveal. Now, I've been playing Supercoach since like 2018, 2019. I haven't taken it very seriously, and I'm probably not going to do weekly videos, but I'll try and keep you up to date with my team as the season goes on. Normally, I'm joined with a special guest, normally Random Stats Guy. He's over in Vegas, so it's a shame he couldn't be there this year. It's just me. Let's get into my Supercoach team reveal for 2025. So starting off in the hooker position for Supercoach, and there's plenty of great candidates in the hooker position. The most obvious choice is Harry Grant. You've got to think about players who are going to play Origin and try your best to keep those players out of your team though, unless you've got depth within your squad. I'm actually going to go a bit of a left field choice here, but I still think he's going to be in for a big year. He's building more and more. I expect him to have lots of try assists. I thought he had some good runs with the ball last year. I'm going to go with Blake Brayley as my starting 9 in the hooker position at 519k. On the bench, I've gone with a bit of a left field pick, but I think Owen Paddy for the Raiders is knocking on the door of becoming that Raiders number 9 in the future. But for now, I think Tom Starling has got that role over Danny Levi. He's played plenty of 14. I think he'll still get big minutes. I've gone Tom Starling as my bench hooker. Next up in the front row forwards, and I've gone big here. I've gone Joe Tapine. He's at 655k, a reliable choice, and the Raiders forward pack is always strong. Now, I've gone a bit bold here, and I've actually gone with my boy. I've gone Junior Barlow from the Parramatta Eels. He's shredded weight. We'll see if he gets back to his offload best. I think he's in for a big season under Jason Ryles, a new coach. You can get him for 492k. I know he was injured last year, so he's coming back from that injury, but I expect big things from him. On the bench, I've gone for a smaller sort of size. I've gone with Emre Guler. I think Emre Guler is going to get more minutes at the Dragons. He'll develop for the starting team, but for now, I think he probably comes off the bench. But I think he has a better season with the Dragons than he probably has had with Canberra in probably the last 2 years. And I've gone a bit risky, but I really like what I saw from Royce Hunt at the Cronulla Sharks. So to pick him up at the Tigers for 249k, especially if, you know, I don't think Tapine is going to play Origin. I don't think Junior Bolo is going to play Origin, but those depth signings in the forward. I've gone quite expensive here in my second row. My first choice was Hamole Olakalatu. Love what he does at Manly. He's a gun forward, so you've got to have him in your team at 665k for mine. Jermaine Hopgood is 657k, also returning from injury. Could play middle, will play lock to start with. Could be a big year from him. Could be Origin though, so that's why you got to have those backup players. And then at 523, I couldn't go past Viliami Kikau. Again, injury prone, but I think Viliami Kikau is in for a big year at the Dogs, and I think it's his second or third year there. I think it's his second year from memory, and I think he'll be even better this year. On the bench, I've actually gone with another board. I've gone with Curtis Morin. I like what I've seen from Curtis Morin in the last sort of 2 years, and he's at 299k. I don't think that's a bad price for Curtis Morin. I've gone with Vamuga from the New Zealand Warriors. Now, he's been selected on the interchange as well. I think he's a good spot. He'll probably play a few bench games for the Warriors this year. And I've gone with Walsh from the Dolphins at 198k because I think he's knocking on the door of an NRL taboo soon. Now, this is where it gets tricky because I hate selecting Origin sort of players. So, look, I've gone with depth in the other positions, but my halfback, I think this will be his final year of footy. I think he'll go at the bang. I think he ages like fine wine. Will he be in the Maroons? I'm not too sure. At 646k, I'm going Cherry Evans. I think Manly could be a top 4 side this year. I've got them around 5th, 6th position. but I think they're in for a big year, and Cherry Evans does it all. I expect him to have a big year on Supercoach. Now on the bench for the halfback spot, I've gone with Jamie Humphries. Love what I've seen from him at South Sydney. I know they spent the money getting Lewis Dodd to come over. Lewis Dodd's obviously suspended. Jamie Humphries' time is now. 305k. Really like what I've seen from him. So he's my backup halfback, and sometimes I'll probably switch him with Cherry Evans depending on opposition. On the 5'8", I've gone with Ben Hunt. I think Ben Hunt's going to have a massive year. I think he's going to move to that 9 jersey when Ezra Mann comes back from his suspension. 603k, not the worst price for Ben Hunt. He's always up there in the try assist, in the Dally M count, that sort of thing. A very consistent player. And I've gone a left field pick on the bench here. I've gone with Jack Cole because although I can see Blaze getting an opportunity with Penrith later in the year, I think Jack Cole can develop into a good half alongside Cleary. He's had a couple of games with him in the past. He's had some games with Luai, so he's getting more experience in the NRL. So Jack Cole at 449, I think you'll get plenty of game time in 2025. Next up is the wingers and centres, and I have gone spending galore here, and I've gone with Zach Lomax. I think the goal kicking factor is so big. He's going to be playing at centre, maybe wing at some point in the year. Big year last year, Zach Lomax in my team. Then I've gone with Fletcher Sharp. I think he looks like the Knights' number 6 for a while. He was scoring plenty of tries in the wing. I can see him scoring plenty of tries in jersey number 6 as well. A big year from him in a struggling side, in my opinion. Then I've gone with Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, an experienced NRL player. A struggling side in my opinion, but Roger is going to score a lot of tries on the wing. He's going to get line breaks. He's going to assist with line breaks as well for mine. So Roger's going to do it all in 2025. And the last one I've gone with there in the starting side was Isaac Tungo. I think he's going to get plenty of assists this season. You'll see plenty of great passes from Isaac Tungo out on that right edge. I'm expecting a big year from him at 501k. Now, on the bench, I've got the Dragons winger, Fienu. I know there's Ravalawa, I know there's Sloan, I know there's Tuipulotu. So it's an interesting choice, but I really like what I saw of him in the trial. I think he's a young gun coming through, and if Shane's smart, he'll give him a chance in, the first 6 rounds. He'll be there, so I'll let him sit there for now. Richard Penasini. Now, Richard's been upgraded to the top 30 in Parramatta, so that's really nice. I did expect Richard to debut by around round 12. We'll see what happens there. He's at 198k, and so is Robert Toya. And I like what I've seen from Robert Toya at the Roosters. I had Robert Toya in my team like 4 weeks ago before the trials even began. So I think that was a pretty smart choice having him in there. And yeah, he's looking good. Last position in the starting side is the fullback. I'm expecting Reece Walsh to win the Dally M in 2025. I'm expecting the Broncos to finish in the top 4. Reece Walsh to have a monster season. Now, he will probably play Origin, so I don't know if my backup fullback is the best choice for the entire season, but I'm looking for a bit of cash cows, and I think Isaiah Yongi is a cash cow. He's at $232,000. He'll be Parramatta's starting fullback, at least for the first 5 weeks, probably the season. He's my rookie of the year, in my opinion. A big choice there. And then my flex player, I still don't understand the whole flex player. We'll see what sort of happens here. But I think if someone was to go down in my centre winger pairing, someone who can fill a bunch of positions, but mainly is that centre winger, I'll go Jack Howarth from the Melbourne Storm. 426k. I expect a pretty big year from Jack Howarth, and he'll be stinging from that grand final loss. So if I'm looking for early cash cows for this team, I'm thinking Royce Hunt is a cash cow. I'm thinking Vamuga is a cash cow. I think Jamie Humphries will be there most of the year, so I just don't know. I think he could be in this team for a long time. I think Penasini, Toya and Iyangi are cash cows. And I mean, we'll see what happens with Junior Barlow. If he goes to around that 520, 530k mark, maybe you sell him and bring in someone like Tino after the other rounds, because I have had consideration into players like Tino. I've spent so much time building this Supercoach team for round 1. It all kicks off tomorrow. I'm excited. My projected score for round 1 is 1,050. Let me know in the comments what you think I'll get for Supercoach round 1. My remaining salary, well, I need to call Uncle Nick because I have 89,000 left, so not much at all. Make sure you subscribe if you're new around here. Make sure you join the TBC Live Tipping Comp. I'll leave the link in the description for you guys, as well as the Supercoach Comp and the NRL Tipping Comp. At 5,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away an NRL membership. Thanks for watching. Let me know your Supercoach team. I'll see you guys later.